David Hertel in for Aaron. Éric Duhaime, the leader of the Conservative Party of Quebec, is in studio. Eric, thank you for joining me.
Always a pleasure.
So this afternoon, I was really curious about getting your opinion on this whole, yet again, language scandal we're going through. Now, this time around, it's Quebec major junior hockey players that had hoodies that had English on them. Talk about making the playoffs, that their team was part of the playoffs. Now, that got drilled down, and they went in the dressing rooms, and in certain dressing rooms of these teams, there's some English, there's some slogans, there's some, motivational speech. And now Jean-François Roberge, François Legault, the OQLF, everybody's getting involved, Paul Saint-Pierre Plamondon. I was very interested in your take on this, because obviously you have a lot of Francophone support. Yep. You have strong support even in places, of course, like Quebec City. You yourself are strongest, and you ran in the Quebec City region last election. And as a Francophone myself, I'm thinking here again, and we've seen this before during PQ governments. There's a point, even for Francophones that agree that we need to promote and defend French, we're going too far. And I get the sense from you that you think that we may have hit this point.
Well, it's not just too far, it's shameful. I mean, first off, it's the same government that 2 weeks ago presented a budget, the worst deficit in Quebec's history of $11 billion. Yesterday, we found out that the Legault government, since they've been in power for the last 6 years, they've increased the size of the government by 10,000 employees, while they promised to downsize it by 5,000. These are the kind of things that we should be concerned about and we should debate. But the priority of our elected MNAs in the National Assembly yesterday was the fact that some junior hockey players were wearing a T-shirt where it was written playoffs instead of séries éliminatoires. That's their number one priority. They started an investigation. Today, the Junior League, la Ligue de hockey junior majeure du Québec, met on a Friday where no one's working and it's Easter. And they've made a decision, and now the teams that have some T-shirts or promotional items where there's an English word need to withdraw everything and make sure they replace it with French T-shirts. Is this a joke? Seriously, the first time someone sent me that yesterday afternoon, I thought it was a fake news. I looked, is it Journal de Montreal? Or is it, there's something
wrong.
Was
it a parody?
It can't, it's not possible. Like it can't be a real news, but it was true. And it's the problem we have right now. We have the PQ and the CAQ that are trying to court the separatist voters, the most extreme ones, and trying to figure out who's the most fanatic, who's the most anti-English Quebecer in the room. And they're fighting against each other. The Liberals don't say a word, even if they represent all the English constituencies in Montreal, because they're scared that they will lose votes in French Quebec. They're so opportunistic that they can't defend people who elected them. And so it keeps going on. We're going to become a laughing stock elsewhere.
I think we already are. Eric. Tell me, off mic, when you came in, you told me about this anecdote, this episode that happened in Quebec City.
Yes.
Please tell us on air what you saw.
I sent the video to Aaron Wren, and I think he talked about it yesterday on air, but I didn't hear it. But someone told me that he might have talked about it.
Let's talk about it again.
It's a great business in Quebec City, Salvatore. They're doing pizza restaurants all over.
They're very well known in Quebec City.
They're opening pizza restaurants every week. It's like it's booming. They have 100 employees on Bouvier, which is a street right downtown Quebec City. And there was a slogan on their billboard.
It's owned and run by Francophones.
Of course. They're in Quebec City. There's not an Anglophone 50 miles around. So they have a billboard, and it's written, "Don't count every day, make every day count." It's written that on top of the billboard.
Which is a motivational slogan. Yes,
for
it's
their
in
employees.
English, and we know it.
The majority of their employees, by the way, don't speak English, okay? So there's no threat over there. There's been a complaint. 2 polices of the Office québécois de langue française, OQLF, I think.
The OQLF.
Showed up and told them that they had to withdraw the slogan. They're facing a fine
So they got a fine for having that slogan on a board.
I mean, what's the problem here? How crazy is that? And you know what? I love French. I'm a francophone. 95% of my life is in French. My point is that if you want to promote French, first off, make sure the quality of your French is increasing. As an individual, you have a duty. Make sure that Quebec becomes wealthier, because the wealthiest you are, the easiest it is to promote your language. And if you go to Barcelona in Spain, the reason why but it's true.
It's true.
The fact that a minority, when they get wealthier, it attracts people. And make sure it's sexy and cool for your neighbors, the Anglophones, because that's how you're going to attract them. You're not going to attract them with a police telling them what to do. A language, it's a way of communicate. We're fortunate in Quebec. We speak 2 languages that are international. We're very, very lucky. It's very easy for you and I to speak both languages.
We're francophones.
And we're francophones, by the way. And we're on an English station, and no one said that
and we're not traitors.
No.
And we're not assimilated.
No. And I'm proud of my roots, and I will always be, and my mother tongue will never change.
Mine neither.
But... And my parents, by the way, don't say a word of English. Okay, they've made huge sacrifices to send me to an English kindergarten so I can learn English, because it was important for them. Like for many parents listening to us, it's important for them to speak both languages for their kids, because they know life is going to be easier for them if they're bilingual. And we should. It's a richness that we have, but we always use it to look like a bunch of idiots, and it needs to stop. I mean, it needs to stop now.
I'm not laughing because it's funny.
This is this episode, this freak show. And they're all serious. They're talking like if it was World War IV. Like it's like the huge thing, the huge scandal. And think about those teenagers who are on front page of a paper and with their T-shirts written playoffs. There's criminals who don't even get that bad press. And now they're targeted. And they're in Victoriaville, by the way. They're not even downtown Montreal.
Yeah. Les voltigeurs de Drummondville. It was.
They're in Drummondville. Sorry,
but there are other teams.
I think the Victoriaville team
les
as well.
Tigres de Victoriaville, les Tigres de Victoriaville, and the voltigeurs de Drummondville.
They're stuck in the
are
scandal.
being targeted by the OQLF.
They're in the eye of the
Are
storm.
they going to remove the English in the Montreal Canadiens locker room? Can you believe it?
Okay, le Séminaire Saint-François, that's a private school in Quebec City. It's not a joke. Journal de Québec today. The Séminaire Saint-François, the director is quoted. The OQLF showed up. Now they want to visit the locker rooms to make sure there's no slogans in English.
Okay.
In a French high school in Quebec City. So, and you know what? What I hate is the coercion of the state. And that's why people say I'm a libertarian. I hate the government minding some things that are not of his business. And this is a great example.
That's conservative ideology.
Yes. This is a good example of that nonsense.
I gotta go. I have one final question for you, off topic. Are you running federally for the Conservatives?
Oh, no, I have that question very often. No, but I met Pierre Poilievre. He was in
I
town
know,
this
you guys,
week.
you've known him for a while. You get along.
He had a great rally at a synagogue on Tuesday night.
But you're not answering the question.
No, I'm saying I'm staying as leader of the provincial Conservative Party, but it's not because I'm at the provincial level that I'm not supporting my friend Pierre at federal level.
And the polls show that you would get, 5 seats?
In Quebec City, yeah.
Yeah. So things are looking up for the Conservatives.
I have a message for the English community in Montreal. I know that you've been voting Liberal forever on both sides. It could change. There could be a member at federal level in TMR that will switch. Anthony Housefather is considering it now. But next time, you need at least one voice in the Conservative Party. You need to make sure that you have some opposition within your community. A monopoly is no good. The Liberals have been there for too long, having that monopoly. We need to break through at least in one constituency.
Joyeux Pâques, Eric. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Happy
Eric
Easter,
Duhaime, Conservative Party leader. Conservative Party of Quebec Party leader.